I found this device in the community garbage area in Southern California, USA. It's about the size of a microwave, fairly hefty, and appears to be made from a wood frame with a brass end piece. The device is rusty and seems to be missing parts. I pulled out some components, including a tray and a metal box open at both ends. Inside, I found a hefty lens, along with another one still inside the brass cap at the front. The lenses make me think it might be a camera, but there are no mechanisms inside other than the trays I pulled out. There's also a slit at the top wide enough to fit any of the metal boxes or trays. I didn't notice any maker's marks or names, numbers on it. Any ideas on what it could be? It's an early slide projector, magic lantern. The magic lantern is a very old invention that served as a primitive slide projector. As improvements were made, the magic lantern eventually produced moving pictures as well. The device was created in Europe during the 1600s and introduced in America during colonial times. The first documented use of a magic lantern in the colonies was in 1743 in Salem, Massachusetts. The magic lantern went through various updates and improvements and remained in popular use up until the early 1950s when it was replaced by the electric slide projector. I found this weird object on top of a file cabinet in a non-destructive testing office at a shipyard. It's a round silver metal ball, about 10 inches in diameter and weighing around 3 pounds. The ball has external metallic discs and electrical contacts, but no visible markings. When shaken, it feels like there's liquid inside, although it makes no noise. The original owner didn't know what it was and left it behind when he retired. The number 7572 is vibra etched on the side of it. Despite my efforts to perform a Google search with images, I haven't been able to find any definitive answers. This mysterious object continues to baffle me. Any ideas on what it could be? It is a component of a Sperry Mk-27 gyroscope used by the U.S. Navy. Some of the discs on those studs are plastic and some are metal. That's for adjusting the center of mass, weight, and the center of volume, buoyancy, to the pivot point. The two brass tanks are connected top and bottom with tubes. A brass plug is soldered into one of the tanks to seal in the liquid, 17 cubic centimeters of silicon dampening fluid. It used 400 hertz, 3-phase, 120-volt power on those 3 leads to spin up the wheel inside the sphere. I acquired this intriguing item at an estate sale. It's a small, handheld device nestled in a ring box, with an electric coil at the bottom of the insert. I have no idea what it is. It's roughly the size of my palm, and the writing on the inside of the lid says, J.E. Wilmot, jeweler and optician, along with the business address. I've asked around, but so far I've received a plethora of wild theories about its purpose. My attempts to find answers on Google have been fruitless. Any insights into what this mysterious object might be? It's a crystal radio. The galena crystal is on top, whisker, and the coil on the bottom. It's powered by radio waves. The crystal and spring acts as a diode to demodulate audio from the radio waves. We recently moved into a charming new house built in 1924. While I was cleaning the kitchen, I stumbled upon a weird cabinet. The cabinet is quite narrow, with a width ranging from 6 to 12 inches, making it too small to fit a trash can. None of us have any idea what it was originally intended for. Could it have been used for storing spices, kitchen tools, or perhaps something more unique? We're curious to uncover its purpose and the stories it might hold from nearly a century ago. Any thoughts on what this mysterious cabinet could have been used for? It's designed to store baking trays conveniently right next to the oven. Alternatively, it can be used for thin, rectangular kitchen items such as baking sheets or cutting boards. We received this peculiar item in a consignment, with no information provided, and at least one other item that has us equally puzzled. It has a bulbous shape, reminiscent of a light bulb, with the end of the cord resembling a 1/4-inch audio jack. There's a strange spout-like feature on the side of the bulb. The yellow cover can be easily removed, revealing a slightly sticky, lubricant-like substance. We're completely stumped as to what this could be. Any ideas on what this mysterious object might be? It's a component of the molecular enhancer. It is a resonant energy device that raises the energy potential at the cellular level, basically a theoretical battery charger for the body. Put your feet on a glass plate, sit still for 3 hours a day while holding this nonsense, and your problems will be solved. Also works for dogs, cats, iguanas, snakes, and birds. I found this item in the home of an older family member. It's made of a tarnished but unidentified metal. There are 2 springs that keep it closed, similar to a chip clip, but one end has a long metal protrusion with threads on the end. The item measures roughly 1.5 inches wide and 4.5 inches long. We initially thought it might be an old chip clip, but the protruding stick and threads don't quite fit that theory. We're puzzled about its true purpose. Any ideas on what this mysterious object could be? It's called a clarinet. They frequently have a ring that goes around the body of the instrument and can be tightened with a thumb screw. On the opposite side is a threaded hole that this piece would screw into. You clip it to a flip folder so you can see your music for marching band. The long part is bent differently for different instruments. I bought this intriguing item at a flea market about 10 years ago, and even the seller had no idea what it was. I just thought it looked cool. Whenever people see it, they ask, "What is that thing?" And I have no clue. It's a heavy wrought iron object that resembles a candle holder or some sort of lens. It weighs around 18 pounds and stands 30 inches tall by 12 inches wide. The item has a brownish hue and features 2 different textured glass panels with a clear glass panel in the center. Anyone know what this is? It's candlelit magnifying mirror. It's to diffuse the candle light and make it less harsh and fill the space. If you watch the Coen brothers movie The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, you will see Liam Neeson using this type of lamp as a stage light on his traveling wagon sideshow. I found a wooden handle attached to a heavy metal piece in an old kitchen drawer. When I turn the handle one way, the metal at the bottom opens, and when I turn it the other way, the metal closes. My initial thought was that it might be a jar opener, but I'm not entirely sure. I've tried using it on mason jars, but the lids are too big and round for it to work effectively. I'm truly stumped as to what this mysterious device could be. Any insights or ideas on what this could be used for? It's a jar lid opener. My mom mentioned that it's from the 1940s. This particular one belonged to my grandmother. She inherited it well over 20 years ago and remembers it being used when she was a child. Back in the day, when a lot of food was stored in canning jars, this tool would have been used frequently. The more you turn the handle, the tighter the grip gets, making it easier to remove the lid. It's primarily used for pasta jars and jam lids. In my opinion, it's the best jar opener ever.